So, I'm here in San Diego with Fia and Greg. Totally my coaches, make me great on stage. And they're little people, Noah and Zara. And one of the things they work with me on is getting over my inhibitions.
I think you already over those.
I know. So these guys get me breakdancing in hotel lobbies and doing headstands. I'm here in San Diego and it's a buzz because it's time for the AONL conference, huge nursing conference, and I'm so honored. Elsevier has asked me to participate in a pre-conference workshop. I'm going to be talking to some amazing chief nursing officers about how to get ready for what's next. I know on the invite and everything it says Ballroom C. Nice to meet you.
Good timing.
Yeah, good.
Hey, I am Mitchell. I am Yuka.
Yuka Mitchell. How are you?
Thank you, my friends. You can have dinner with me anytime. Very excited to be here, and I know that some of you have heard me speak in the past, and it still is kind of surreal that I would be up here speaking to brilliant, talented nurse leaders. People come to me all the time, they're like, "Sai, these jobs are undoable." And I go, I think you're probably right. Especially with your current skill set, your current approach, and your current level of willingness. We have got to move psychologically into a whole different space because this isn't about blaming the victim, but it is about stopping enabling some really incredibly poor thinking and non-evidence-based practice as humans. See, most of what we do in leadership fuels the drama rather than diffuses it. Would you agree? How many of you were taught to have an open door? Absolutely. We need full communication. We need people not afraid to come tell us stuff. We know that that can increase the safety of our environments, right? But most people aren't that honest. They come by and they're like, "Sai, do you have a minute?" I'm like, "I do, absolutely. I have 3 before my next meeting. What do you need?" Typical conversation or topic of conversation, venting, tattling, scorekeeping, people not present, things that didn't happen or things that we haven't collected all the data on, or speculation or worry about the future. For 45 minutes, and the typical conversation at the end of it was, "Please don't do anything, I just wanted you to know." Now, I want your doors wide open. But here's the problem, is people bring unprocessed work to the table, and he who processes the work is the one that takes action, reinforces the victim mindset of the person who brought it, that they weren't capable of handling it. It just sets up a really difficult dynamic. People go, "Hey, Sai, do you have a?" I go, "Do you have an S-bar?" Because an S-bar is a tool for self-reflection. You sit there and you process your data, you self-reflect. So when you come to me, we're talking on real data, real things, multiple recommendations, right? Self-reflection is the foundation of accountability, engagement, innovation, all the things that you're looking for. So 23% of the drama had to do with people not accepting accountability and not moving through the world in high accountable ways. And I started to find out that most of us talked about accountability, but we didn't understand it. And that most of accountability isn't something I do to you. And so what I teach leaders to do is find all the places you enable so that you can love people into greatness.
So we just went through our whole body, as you know, to make sure we're nice and relaxed and we have our chi flowing and we can present with confidence, with nice, open, strong, relaxed bodies. So now we need to do the same thing for our mouth. We need to do
This is the funniest one.
It is really funny.
I never knew this made a difference, and it makes a difference.
It makes a huge difference because one of the things I like to say is that great leaders never mumble, right? We want to make sure that we're speaking with clear, clear, open mouths for many reasons. To be heard, to be understood, and also when we speak with really open mouths, there's a perception of purpose, of passion, right? If you were to turn the sound off on probably most of your videos and just watch your mouth, you would see really nice open mouths, right? If we look at some of the great orators, we see that they're really opening their mouths. So the last kind of cherry on top for any good pre-presentation, warm-up, pre-game ritual is some mindset, right? So my favorite is I throw my hands up in the air a la Amy Cuddy, and I say a line from Cyrano de Bergerac, which is,
I feel too strong to war with mortals. Bring me giants.
Okay, that's it.
Nice. I know there's lots of tips that you give that people can even just at home at their next presentation at work get intentional about.
Sure.
What are some of the things to watch for? What are some of the common mistakes that if we got intentional?
Sure.
Because I think I'm doing great and I see the videotape, I'm like, I can't believe I do that irritating thing all the time.
I would go so far as to say most of our unintentional and unaware habits as speakers come from holding our breath. I geek out all day, every day about the importance of breath support and diaphragmatic breathing. And it's something that most people aren't trained to do or don't know how to use it as speakers. And so learning how to breathe so that you can come to the present moment, be mindful, tune in to your own body, and also lower your heart rate, bring back circulation to your brain is so key. So last time when you breathe in, I want you to imagine that you're breathing in energy and light into your body and power. And when you're breathing out any kind of stagnant, bad energy that's left in your body, it's all going to go out.
And this isn't just for public speaking. I preach breath.
It's for life.
It's for life. So leaders, your assignment is when you're at a meeting to get intentional and not be operating out of ego and fight or flight, but to get to the higher part of your brain, just do 12 count breathing. Wow. Just taking a minute to catch my breath before I race off to the airport and head across the country. Having just talked to a group of chief nursing officers before they go into the AONL conference here in San Diego about how are we going to modernize our approach to leadership. And what I notice all the time is people sit in my audience and they know I'm speaking the truth. Their heads are nodding. They're like, yes, engagement, our approach is messed up. Change management, we're doing it wrong. Everybody agrees that I've identified what the issues are, but not everybody is ready and courageous enough to take the risk to say, let's implement reality-based leadership philosophy in our organization. Are you going to be the one that's courageous enough? I hope so. How do you start? Get people listening to my podcast, share these vlogs, share on social media, all of my handles. Get people interested in listening, and you're going to build up some energy where then you can start bringing in some of our more formal teachings. Do you have the courage? Let's get it done.